This is a Skid Row production, and if you can't handle a wee bit of cursing, I suggest you do one and go back to mummy.
This is a Skid Row production, brought to you in association with Future Radio.
That's right, baby! Get out the way! Get out the way!
Warning, this show contains explicit lyrical content. Anybody that is easily offended, please go to www.futureradio.co.uk and choose a show that is more suitable for you.
We'll start counting, counting up, and you will start to record.
12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Blast off!
How'd you feel now you're standing on your own? Nobody's around and you ain't going home, you're alone. But ain't this what you worked hard for? Signing deals, shopping trips and free meals, got all that you've been dreaming of. I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. I said I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. How can it be that you pull such a stunt on me? Can you not see what it is that you've done to me? Every time I think of you, it's like someone's punching me. Why would you be such a pawn to me? How'd you feel now you're standing on your own? Nobody's around and you ain't going home, you're alone. But ain't that what you worked hard for? Signing deals, shopping trips and free meals, got all that you've been dreaming of. I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. I said I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. Did you marry me just to get your rush for free? Ban me from drinking, then demand to get drunk with me. Powder your nose, then take all my skunk from me. Why would you be such a pawn to me? Yeah. I said, why would you be? How'd you feel now you're standing on your own? Nobody's around and you ain't going home, you alone. But ain't this what you worked hard for? Signing deals, shopping trips and free meals, you got all that you've been dreaming of. I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. I said I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. I said I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. I'm living for the stage, next place, let me open the show. Living for the stage, next place, let me open your show. Good morning, Bullford!
What are you saying? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you're tuned into the Skid Row Show here on Future Radio 107.8 FM. I'm joined in the studio this week by my guest, Zarah Jones. What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Are you more good, bah?
I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm loving it right now, actually. We're not that Norfolk, honestly.
Right, you're not alone. You of course listen to the Skid Row Show with me and Zarah Jones. The first track we got into this week was Alone, and that's a new tune that's come about since this distribution deal that you've just got.
I know, right?
So
Who knew?
will you
Who knew?
Tell listening land about this distribution deal. How did it come about?
Well, I've been working with, we'll get into this a little bit later, but I've been working with a lot of people in America now for going on 2 years. Everybody knows that I love New York. I absolutely love the bustle, the thrive, everything that comes from New York. I absolutely love it there. So it just made sense to start working with people predominantly from there. And I came across a guy called Smook Davil, absolutely amazing artist. If you get a chance, guys, get out and go search him. He's everywhere, every platform. Just plugging that one. And he sort of put me in the right direction because he's got a distribution deal with them over there. And he said, apply to them, send them in some stuff. So it was about 5 months I was waiting, and I kind of lost hope, as you do every time you try and do something with music and it doesn't happen like that.
Well, that's the thing, I suppose they've got massive stacks of
music so much
to go through from people. And...
Yeah, but that didn't help my ego. I was like, actually, why haven't they got back to me, sort of thing. And then it was dead on the 23rd of December. I got an email through to say, yeah, we want you. We want to pick you up. We want to put you on immediately.
Best Christmas present.
But mate, I was just sat there like, oh my God, I love me. I'm so glad I did that for me. It's kind of gone from there. And I chose my date to go out, which was the 2nd of January, my first track, and my first upload to them was Alone. Because, it does...
Exclusive.
It was. It is. It still is. Because I wrote it because, you have worked so hard. If you listen to the chorus, you've worked so hard, you're standing on your own. Are you sure this is everything you want? Because this industry it's lonely. Yeah. It's very lonely. And if you don't, constantly go on, and unfortunately, when you go independent, like I have myself, you don't have a massive people behind you going, oh, that was so good, you've done so well, and oh, that was great, and just continuously blowing smoke up my ass that I spent for 10 years, trying to get away from. I needed some reality. I wanted some, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to go on, and I learned that I did that alone.
Yeah. And ultimately, that is what defines you as an artist. If you're prepared to put in that work, that hard work by yourself, without everybody else doing things for you,
that's gonna. I say the same thing to my child all the time. Yeah. You have to go out. You have to go for it. Nobody's going to hand you anything on a, silver platter.
Well, you're not going to be an attractive artist or asset for a label, are you? If they see that you're not prepared to put in that work.
There you go.
They're putting money into you, aren't they? So they want to see that they're going to recoup. They're going to recoup what they put into.
There we go. Every time they have to know that you are a product at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. And we're all out here going, I want to be real to myself and true to myself. Yes, be real, be true to yourself, but also remember, if you watch an advert on TV of some little twat sat in the corner smoking weed all day, doing nothing with their life and just expecting it to be handed to them, you're not going to buy that product. You're not going to buy that thing. So you need to be seen as doing something for yourself continuously.
Don't buy into that life, children.
Don't do it. If you want something, get your asses up, get out there and make some moves. Ain't nobody feeding you but you, okay?
Right, should we get into another tune?
Let's do it. Yeah.
What are we going to get into? Should we get into Swing My Way, or are we going to get into the joint with you and Reds?
I think scenes, as we've already mentioned, Smook, then we're gonna play Swing My Way now. So.
Right, keep it locked, ladies and gentlemen. Zarah Jones in the studio on the Skid Row Show, Future Radio 107.8 FM. You're welcome.
swing my way, get hot, call that Scott Day. A smooth operator when talking, learn that from Shot Day. That old school, that feeling you'll never get with that slow dude. He acting nothing, leave him. Does that make me your go-to? But I guess it's on me now. Or am I in D now? Catch you when he missed. Aggressive Shaq with the rebound. I got you, don't worry. Any day I'ma back you, so ain't no need to doubt. Me and buddies no match, boom. Because the life I'm living always vivid, never all gray. A dime, girl, you're too on. You would think you Tinashe. That mean you too fine. Killing hoes like you do crime. Fine like you just right. I had to say it 2 times. I'm doing me, but I wanna be doing you. Grind mode, pretty Ricky, pleasure being you. After that, we don't gotta talk at all. If that nigga acting up, girl, you know just who to call. Hold up. Won't you swing my way? 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 You sure look good to me. You sure look good to me. Won't you swing my way? 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 You sure look good to me. You sure look good to me.
I hear you talking, and I ain't playing. And I don't only want you in the AM. I caught feelings when I only meant to slay him. From the front to the back of this game, I just went in. I walked over to him slowly, said, I know you don't know me, but this might be your only shot at this tenderoni. And he replied, so down. Got all night, frontin' like you ain't getting down. Girl, I ain't no clown. So if you're coming with me, only with me, better hang around. Just come to me, oh.
Won't you swing my way? 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 You sure look good to me. You sure look good to me. Won't you swing my way? 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 You sure look good to me. You sure look good to me. It's a lot of niggas trying to score, and I'm the goalie. Heard some stories from some other men, but that's before me on the road to make $1 million. But you don't get that feeling, paraplegia shit when we rumbling in the building. But look, got some kudo, Jordan Spar, Jason Derulo, Mr. and Mrs. Smook. We pulling up in the Tudo, cause you slay with no huskies. Look, do you love me? Cause on the real, girl, I don't think that you trust me. Had all though, I'm buying out the mall though. First class disappearing, you would think my name was Waldo. Fly pimp bottom bitch, you got the sauce, girl. When I'm with you, it feel like I'm in a lost world. Like Aretha, I sing when I see you. In exchange, Bryson Tiller, realest nigga, how I treat you. Don't mind how I'm acting towards you, because we know that I'm the realest nigga for you. Won't you swing my way? 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 You sure look good to me. You sure look good to me.
How do you feel right now? How does it feel? How do you feel right now? How does it feel?
Yo, you ask me how I'm feeling, girl, I tell you no lie. I'm repping mine, feel my blessings getting better with time like wine. I'm in the present cause the present's a gift, presented with this feeling pleasant like everything's clicked, it's big, the mist lifted, I'm living different. It's all about the long run, not the quick fix or middle distance. You can't build castles out of sands of time, family on my mind, grand design, you don't see it then you're badly advised. So keep on keeping on, walk the land, thoughts are formulating plans, elevate the ones I'm calling my fam, that's real niceness, no side dish. You find they don't make sense like rocking camouflage and high vis. See if you see me at the lights bumping beyond Warwick, walk on by, no need for stopping, just walk on by, hit the open road. I'm keeping close to home, dulcet tones of old soul, I'm feeling like I'm chosen gold.
How do you feel right now? So how does it feel? How do you feel right now? So how does it feel? How do you feel right now? So how does it feel? How do you feel right now? How does it feel? Yeah, and I know this game, I played it once or twice before. Yeah, and I know there's no rules, only the ones we make up on the floor. This boy don't know what he's putting me through. I can't sleep at night. Look at you. I'm saying to myself, you gotta get over this overnight. Look at you, just look at you. out this door. And too many times I come back for more. But this time, boy, I can say no more. Pick up the phone when you know I'm alone. You know, you never pick up the phone when you know I'm alone. How do you feel right now? So how does it feel? How do you feel right now? So how does it feel? How do you feel right now? So how does it feel? How do you feel right now? How does it feel?
Future Radio 107.8. Radio that does different.
Yo, check it out, coming at you live and direct. It's the underboss, the Law of Finesse. You're now tuned into the Skid Row Show. Keep it tuned right here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're back in the studio. Of course, you're listening to Future Radio 107.8 FM, the Skid Row Show, with me, Streakz the Long Ting. Joined in the studio this week by my guest, Zarah Jones. The uncompromising stars of Zarah Jones.
I refuse to change. Don't try to change me, baby.
The tracks we've just been playing for you was, first we got into Swing My Way. We followed that up with a tune.
No.
I think that's going to be taken.
We went alone first, then Swing My Way.
No, I've already done that.
Okay. I'm trying to tell him how to do his job.
We're just going to leave it rolling. This
roll
is pre-recorded, but we're going to leave this in there for posterity.
Posterity.
So we got into Swing My Way, followed that up with a tune taken from the as yet Untitled.
Untitled, yes, Untitled EP.
You got a little project dropping soon with Reds.
Yeah, well, I say soon. It's been 2 years in the making, or just over 2 years in the making. And you know when you know something's just not right for that time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 6 tracks on there, and every single one is a banger. It just rolls. You've got UK garage to hip hop to R&B to reggae. It's so eclectic. It's like
you are very versatile with the music that you make and the styles that you.
Just because I love music.
Yeah.
I've never been sort of, one trick pony, as they'd say. If I want to sing on something classical, I'll sing on something classical. If I fancy, a hip hop or R&B that day, I'll put that on. It just depends on how I feel.
Yeah.
But also the music that I've got on my playlist will then influence how I feel that day too as well.
Yeah.
But I'm in love with every aspect of music. It doesn't matter what it is.
So since you touched on that, what's the music that you put on in the morning that sets your day off in the right way?
Oh Christ, I don't, to be honest. It all depends on how I wake up. I'm in control of me, so and I can change my moods if I want to. Everyone's. By the way, you're all capable of doing that. Seriously, take heed in this. And if I'm in a bad mood, I'll if I want to cheer myself up, I'll put stuff in more positive on. At the minute, for some reason, if I stick Cardi B, I Like It on, I'm like salsaing around the lounge, getting down with my bad self. But if I'm in a really, really bad mood, I'll go and sing on some Timbaland, Kill Yourself. One spectrum to another, or a massive piece of classical music that makes me feel bold and strong until I get to
So you can do an Anthony Hopkins around the living room.
Yeah, pretty much.
If nobody's ever seen Anthony Hopkins on Instagram, check out Anthony Hopkins on Instagram. Post some mad stuff.
Legend.
So, since we touched on the versatility, what out of all of the styles and the genres that you're currently making, or that you have made over the years, which one of those was it that you got noticed for the distribution deal?
Funnily enough, with the distribution deal, when I had to give them my information, they actually went over every single one of my social media platforms and searched what I'd done, where I'd been, who I'd worked with.
They did their homework.
they did their homework big time. I mean, once it had come back, and now obviously I'm on their site, everything's included there. It tells me what my demograph is, you know, how many times I get played, how many times somebody will search my name, etc., etc., which is brilliant. That's exactly what you want, because you want to know what you're reaching out there. But I don't know what it was that made them pick me up. Maybe it's just consistency is key, people. Consistently. I mean, you can have a work rate where you write, say, 6-7 songs a day, but I've always been in the opinion of, write 6-7 songs a day. Doesn't mean every single one of them needs to be recorded. You know, go back with the stuff that I'm now bringing out, going on to the biological side of things, which is drum and bass. With the stuff that I'm bringing out with those guys, there's a 5-track EP coming out with them. Some of that stuff I've been sat on for 2 years. You know, some of it I've gone, that's absolute rubbish. And then other stuff I've sat there and gone, right, I know it inside and out in my own head now. The confidence is there. I don't have to worry that I'm going to trip on my words. Let's add the harmonies, let's add the licks, let's, you know, add all the little bits in the background that make you go, God, this is so good, this track, the production's so good, etc.
Those little bits that you were probably thinking about at the beginning, but didn't necessarily know how to implement into the song.
Yeah, and as soon as you know what you're doing, then it's easy to make it sound like it did in your head when you first wrote it. It's so simple.
I suppose there's going to be a lot of labours of love on this biological beats.
My
project
goodness, there really are. There really, really are. But also, I refuse to be tied down by one label anymore. So I'm doing drum and bass. I was with the Renegade band so many years ago and whatever, and things, some things just don't work out, but when one door closes, another opens, and so I've gone on to now working with Fat Man D, Biological Beats. He's wonderful bloke, really nice. But I told him, what I do with you, whatever from your artists on that label, that's fine, that will go with you. But don't ask me to not do something with someone else, because I'm also working with, DJ Vengeance, which is another label again. But you shouldn't be restricted to anyone. If anyone's restricting you, it's because they're making too much money out of you. You need to question this shit. Right? But if not, then, spread your wings, work with everything. You decide you want to do a cheesy, crappy pop tune, then go do that. Do whatever you want to do. Stop worrying about what other people are thinking. I think that's the best bit of advice I can give anyone.
Preach. That's good, solid advice. Because that's the thing, like we all get into this because it's something we want to do.
Yeah.
So the moment your decisions are being controlled too much by an external entity, force, or whatever.
Yeah, there's usually a reason I've found. I'm talking from experience here, kids, going on sort of 17 years now in this industry. Just do you. Trust me, just do you. And if you think something's wrong, go and speak to someone. I'm always free to email me, ask me if you think something's up, then feel free to reach out. People don't reach out to each other enough anymore, because 9 times out of 10 people don't answer them.
Very true. You're going to get a glut of emails now. Oh, no. Don't put your email out.
Don't do it.
But if you want to send the Skid Row Show a message and tell us that you're listening to the show, because we currently don't get listening figures. So if you want to send us a message on social media, or just hit us up with a like whilst the show's going out, just so we can get some rough estimate of how many people are actually tuning in before we get a proper full statistical analysis from Future Radio.
Yeah, we want to know. Yeah. We want to know before the cheesy crap comes in that they say has happened.
Future Radio matters.
Future Radio matters. All right, let's do another one. Let's get into another track.
What are we going to get into?
I think sticking with the biological beats, we're going to go into The Rain.
Yeah.
Produced by Flat T, and lyrics by myself, as usual.
Keep it locked, ladies and gentlemen. Zarah Jones in the studio here at Future Radio, the Skid Row Show. Future Radio 107.8 FM. You're welcome.
And I feel I might just fly away. Pack up my bag, leave my things, head for brighter days. This girl just needs to find her way back to our mind in our life. There's a better place.
Welcome back to the Skid Row Show, featuring the Muffin Man.
I'm the Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man? He lives down to like. Sorry, guys. He just decided to give me half a muffin halfway through playing that tune. My first reaction was, "Do you know the Muffin Man?"
We're setting levels here in the studio this week. It's
got
so
melty
hot
shit
in
in
the
it.
studio this week.
It's got melty stuff in it.
The Future Radio studio is actually melting. The sign is actually melting off the wall. We're setting levels. Right, we've got exclusives this week. That was The Rain, produced by Flat T. Or you can
I'm
also.
still eating muffins.
This is a new segment on the show.
Called
We're gonna
the
have,
Muffin.
yeah, we're going to have
Muffin
a link
moments.
or a segment of the show done while somebody's eating a muffin. So you have to decipher what they're saying.
Absolutely brilliant.
It keeps the guests entertained, and it makes up for me not being here on time.
Oh yeah. Let's not mention
I
that.
am infinitely late.
Dom was really late actually.
Streakz the long ting. I like to keep it consistent in that sense.
At least it's consistent.
Time is just a construct.
It doesn't mean anything.
So yeah, that was The Rain, produced by Flat T. That's taken from the new release on Bio Beats.
Biological Beats.
What's the name of this release?
What, the EP itself? Do you know what? I'm terrible for that. I'm like a story writer that doesn't start with the name of the book until it's actually done and out there. So I don't know. I haven't actually put any thought to that yet. 'Cause it's not going out till midsummer anyway.
Another interesting question. If you were a story writer, where would you start your story?
Middle.
Yeah.
Always from the middle.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Mhm.
And then, because it's too painful looking back. And it doesn't get you anywhere. And if you spend too much time on the previous, then you're not going to enjoy what's going on to the next.
This has turned into a very philosophical
Oh
interview,
no,
hasn't
what
it?
happened? And muffin. Philosophical Muffin Man Day.
You're tuned into the Philosophy Muffin Hour on Future Radio.
I'm Zarah Jones. This is Streakz the long team. It doesn't turn up on time.
Basically, Spider is getting at me saying we need to rebrand the show, so we're taking it down a completely different avenue this week.
Smashing it.
Philosophy and muffins.
Muffin philosophy! Sorry, guys.
It's gonna be like a new religion.
A new muffin. Oh, can I be in it?
It's gonna be better than the Church of Scientology.
Oh my God, we're gonna smash it out of the park.
But that is merely my opinion, not the opinion of anybody else here at Future Radio. I must just say that.
None of them actually like us. They put us in this little orange room that's overheated. I think they're hoping we're gonna die.
It's like a Indiana Jones sort of trap room. The walls are actually closing in as we speak. They really want to make sure they get in as many people in the studios as possible.
Do you know what makes
Nobody
me sick,
overstays
though?
their welcome.
There's signs outside saying do not drink in here. It's because they want you to dehydrate. They want you to die. I'm not ready to be a bit of dried fruit today.
They want commitment here at Future.
God, just
They want to know
dry
that
me
you're
out,
prepared to die
stick
for
me
this.
to the wall. Right, okay then. Let's
Like a piece of Banksy art.
I am actually. No, I'm not. It's probably one of the people I haven't met. It's pretty cool though. I probably have met him. I just didn't know. Does anybody knows what Banks? Does anyone knows what Banks? I can't say this. Does anybody know what Banksy looks like? Do you? Do you know what he looks like?
I don't. No.
I reckon he was the Cinderella in the thing the big thing that he did. What was that called?
Or is that the amusement park
That
thing
was
he did?
Yeah. I reckon he was laid down the whole time as Cinderella, dead. That would have been epic.
He slowed his heart rate down on some Darren Brown, David Blaine steez.
Yeah, and they just basically dressed him up like they do Heidi Klum every year, for Halloween. Anyway, moving on.
Outlandish philosophies and muffin talk on the Skid Row Show. So, obviously, we're talking about the philosophical aspects of this interview and the way you conduct yourself or live life. And so, where does the attitude come from?
My attitude.
Not the sassy attitude. I mean the just like the positivity and the outlook.
Well, you know, I don't know, but maybe a lot of your listeners wouldn't be aware. I think a lot of people out there seem to think I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. But I wasn't. I was, you know, brought up really, really dark things going on, you know. And I do remember sort of being halfway through high school and I was just so depressed all the time. I've always known what I wanted to do. I've always been a very driven character anyway. I just remember sort of getting halfway through it and even sort of 3/4 of the way through to my life to this point right now and just thinking I can either dwell on the things that go wrong or I can just get on with it and smile. Just because the rest of the world doesn't know what you're going through doesn't give you a right to be horrible, to be negative, to be depressive, to bring other people down, to continuously look for attention because of what you've been through. So just smile. Smile and get on with it. Seriously, I'm not saying fake it. If you need to talk to someone, go to talk to someone. But you have to make a decision. Do I want to be happy or do I want to be sad? I want to be happy. I just want to be happy. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. But don't confuse happiness with trying to think that, you know, you need like partners and kids and houses and cars. And no, true happiness is just about being happy to be yourself, to be you. You know, and where you're going and what you're doing. And if you think something's wrong, don't do it. It's that simple.
Again, trust gut instinct.
Always go with your gut instinct. For so many years, I didn't. And I left myself in some very, very dark places that could have turned out to be quite awful, really. You know, some horrible things could have happened, but they didn't. And you have to pick yourself up and you have to move on and you have to go for the things you dream about, you know. Always have a backup plan, always have reality, I call it when I tell my own daughter. If you're not aware, I do have a child doing A-levels. But I've always told my daughter, if you can have a dream and you can chase that dream as much as you want, but you need to have a backup plan. You have to have a reality plan. So, you know, make sure you get yourself some GCSEs and, you know, some qualifications and something else that's actually going to pay you money while you're waiting for your dreams to come true. And as long as you fight for them and you constantly work hard, don't ever stand on other people's toes, though. Don't pick other people and abuse them. It's wrong to get where you're going. Because karma is a bitch. And she will kick your ass. So just be nice, be pleasant, and like you say, that's it. That's where my actions come from. I just decided you have to break the chain.
Yeah.
You have to break a chain. If not, I could have easily grown up and been as dark and depressed as, you know, some people that I know. And it's not good. I don't like seeing people like that all the time. So I damn sure don't want to be one of them. You know?
Yeah. Treat people how you would like to be treated yourself.
Exactly.
And put out there what I suppose you want to get back.
There you go.
Energy-wise.
Always. And just watch what you're saying and putting out into the universe because it will come back to you. I think I'm proof of that, actually. I've done some terrible, terrible things. I'm not perfect, not like anyone else. And I've done some things that have really made me question who I am. Yeah. And the last major thing that I did wrong, that was in my eyes, I don't care what anyone else thinks, but in my eyes that I did wrong, I've sort of come back from that 20,000 times stronger. And I will never, ever, ever do those things again, you know, in that sense. You just have to decide who you want to be. Do you want to be an asshole, or do you want to be the person that everyone goes, oh, I really like her, or I really like him, and that's enough. You don't need to be talked about all the time. Yeah. You know, just that's a nice person. Should be enough, really, for your whole life, I think. Maybe I'm just happy with the small things. The little things in life.
Well, they're the things that are worth appreciating, aren't they?
I think so.
Because when they're not there, they're the things that you miss.
There you go, you know. And also learn to be able to live with yourself. That's the biggest bit of advice I can ever give anyone. Yeah. You know, yeah. Learn to live with yourself and just be happy. And it doesn't matter what you look like. Oh, I'm so sick of this crap as well. But that's a whole nother show, I swear.
That's another story for later, ladies and gentlemen.
Muffin.
On the
Muffin
positivity philosophy muffin hour.
Muffin hour. Oh, that one got me.
Right, what tune should we get into now?
Well, I think we should play this last tune that is what made Biological Beats sort of open their eyes and go, ooh, she's got something we want to sell. And like, hey guys. But yeah, it's My Home, and it was done, oh my God, we're going back nearly a year and a half now. But this is, like, I keep telling you people, music isn't a fast thing. It really isn't. If you think it's going to happen overnight, you're laughing. Yeah, My Home. It went to #1 in the Juno charts. We did a video for it. That's still up there. It's still out there on YouTube. Zarah Jones, or Flat T featuring Zarah Jones on Biological Beats on their channel. Go and hit all these people up. Yeah, and go and have a nose. But yeah, hit #1. And, you know, it's just been a sort of roller coaster since then, to be honest. I'm happy.
We're going to get into My Home. This is Zarah Jones, produced by Flat T. Of course, you're listening to the Skid Row Show here on Future Radio 107.8 FM. Keep it locked. We're on till midnight.
Is this the Skid Row show? I'm scared. Right. Right, I'm going to give you some links to go and follow. But to be fair, if you're just looking for my music, you can go and find it on iTunes, Spotify, Tumblr, you name it. Is it Tumblr a thing?
I think Tumblr's like WordPress, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I'm 35.
It's a social media thing.
I'm
yeah.
35 now, okay? When this whole social media thing was kicking in, oh God, somebody else took... That had already been around for 5 years before I even knew it was happening. I'm like, ooh, what's a Facebook? Can I get my book on a face? I'm not really sure what's happening. So yeah, I mean, it's only been this last year that I've really understood how it all works. Saying that, Instagram, Zarah Jones, boom, there it is. Facebook, www. I don't even know how to do this. Right, www.shit. Every time I do this.
www.shit.
Yes. .shitbag.
Fecal matters.
Dot bollocks. Fucking fuck. All right. Okay, start again. Come on, Jones. Sort yourself out. Look. Shake it off. Shake it off. If you'd like to listen to any of my music, though, feel free. You can download me on iTunes, Spotify, Tumblr, all the major platforms. So just pop in Zarah Jones. And it's Z-A-R-A-H. Most of you get that wrong. Z-A-R-A-H, Jones. So it's terrible, isn't it? It's like I'm on the phone trying to talk my way for a doctor's appointment right now. How do you spell that?
Using your best phone voice.
Yes, my best phone. No, my best phone voice is like this. And by the end of the call, most of them say, "Thank you, sir." Fuck. If not, go and hit me up on Facebook. Everywhere you go to go and find me at Zarah Jones. I've usually got a massive cheesy grin in my pictures, or if not, I'm sort of outwardly looking or gazing at the floor. God knows what I'm looking at. Maybe I found something nice down there.
You got videos on YouTube as well. Zarah Jones on YouTube.
We've got, you can just put into YouTube Zarah Jones. Unfortunately, in my infinite wisdom, when I first opened up my YouTube page, it was nearly 10 years ago now, and I wanted to be called Zara Croft.
Right.
Like Lara Croft. Yeah, that's really bit me in the arse. Because now there's like 4 different Zarah Joneses, and nobody actually searches for Zara Croft. So
you have to change it to Zarah Jones Original.
I can't. Everything changes.
Zarah Jones Official. The real Zarah Jones.
Ooh, getting those blue ticks. No, it's www.youtube.com/Zara Croft if you want my personal page. If not, just go in that top little search bar. You know what you lot are doing, and just speak to the bloody thing, Zarah Jones. And I'm pretty sure my face will come up there with a few different videos on there, so enjoy that.
So you're also on Spotify and iTunes, like you said, iTunes earlier.
iTunes, yeah, Apple Play. Actually, I put my own name in there the other day, and there's stuff on there that other people are getting paid for. Why didn't I know about this?
Is that on Spotify as well, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It was on, they're everywhere. Anyway, this since being part of United Masters, it automatically goes through every single, platform that you can think of.
Worldwide media global assault.
Worldwide web.
Zarah Jones takeover. The world.
Definitely. I definitely sound like you. Give me something to say.
Say, you're listening to the Skid Row Show.
You're listening to the Skid Row Show. I did that better than you.
Voiceover 101.
Woohoo!
So make sure you look for Zarah Jones on social media, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all of the social media platforms. Check her music out.
Please
Look out for the new releases from Biological Beats. So the as yet untitled album or EP from You and Red.
Yeah.
We'll have more exclusives coming up on the show over the next few months.
Yes, you will. You'll hear them here first, guys, before they go anywhere else. So got to keep it EA. His mum.
Also, just give a big shout out to other members of the Renegade band.
Oh, goodness, yeah, you guys.
Venom,
hey, you guys.
Venom and Stoney.
You guys. Sorry.
Friend.
love chunk. Oh,
So
shit.
you had Goonies and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Robert De Niro version in
Smashing
there.
it, absolutely smashing it. And Antisocial, why have I not hit you guys up? Oh my God. Antisocial all the way. I don't know what you lot are doing with yourselves these days, but you're all smashing it and I'm proud of you all. We've all come so far.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'd like to say thank you for coming in, taking part in the show.
Ruining your show. No, you're more than welcome. Thanks for having me.
Right. Zarah Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you listen and look out for her music online. And, keep it locked. We're going to get into another tune.
This is 4 a.m. produced by Flat T, featuring Zarah Jones.
And you only love me when you're drunk, drunk, drunk. And it ain't true. That's the only time we speak from the heart. Yeah, my proof. Spending sober nights, not a word, word, word. But what to do when I made you the center of my world, world? My brain don't fall to sleep. So in my ear he'll keep whispering sweet nothings to me. It's the only time I hear them. 4 a.m. it begins to creep. I feel him falling in deep. The last promises from his lips now see. He won't remember in the morning. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The look is in your eyes. Like I lied, I lied, I lied. About what you said and you did last night. You denied, denied, denied. And it's messing with my mind. I cry, I cry, I cry. From what you said and you did last night. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That look is in your eyes. Like I lied, I lied, I lied. About what you said and you did last night. You denied, denied, denied. And it's messing with my mind. Do I even know this guy? From what he said and he did last night. I guess I'm blue. It's myself that put me in a funk, funk, funk. I always screw with that one dude that treats me like a punk. As if you knew I'd fall for your game. It's so absurd, absurd, absurd. I don't wanna lose you, so I take what I can get when it's gone, gone. I pray don't fall to sleep. So in my ear he'll keep whispering sweet nothings to me. It's the only time I hear them. 4 a.m. and begins to creep. I feel him falling in deep. Those last promises from his lips now see. He won't remember in the morning. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The look is in your eyes. Like I lied, I lied, I lied. About what you said and you did last night. You denied, denied, denied. And it's messing with my mind. I cry, I cry, I cry. From what you said and you did last night. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That look is in your eyes. Like I lied, I lied, I lied. About what you said and you did last night. You denied, denied, denied. And it's messing with my mind. Do I even know this guy? From what he said and he did last night. I pray don't fall to sleep. So in my ear he'll keep whispering sweet nothings to me. It's the only time I hear them. 4 a.m. and begins to creep. I feel him falling in deep. Those last promises from his lips now seep. He won't remember in the morning. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The look is in your eyes. Like I lied, I lied, I lied. About what you said and you did last night. You denied, denied, denied. And it's messing with my mind. I cry, I cry, I cry. About what
Welcome back for the final time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to say big shout out and thank you to Zarah Jones for coming through. Gonna play out on Raheem De Vaughn, My Soul Ain't For Sale, in a moment. But just gonna say a few words about this gig coming up. NR1 presents Dirty Drumz, the 22nd of February. You got Venom, Copious, Dub Justice, Affirmation, DJ JD. Hosted on the night by Mikey Blitz, DNA, Boogeyman, Mike Check, Solo, Remarkable T, Dapper, Vega D, Westy, Ghost. Plus they'll be singing from Zarah Jones, powered by Nebula Sound System at Bar Karishma, Prince of Wales Road, Norwich. Like I said, this was Flat T and Zarah Jones, 4 a.m. playing in the background. We're now going to get into Raheem De Vaughn, My Soul Ain't For Sale, and we out. Peace.
The music is weak, so I went to the street with my knapsack and I recorded. Yes, they bought it and they two-stepped and so class. I wrote this in a dream. I'm a microphone fiend, from the rim shot to the hi-hat. And I shall proceed to rock the mic while they be live. Oh, I got the hustle in my veins. I've been struggling and burning. Even my lady says I won't conform to change. Hey, I got a brand new sound. Even driving my own lane. They say, tell me what's wrong with him. And y'all declare I hear whispering. How we doing this? Why you doing that? How we doing this? I hear whispering. Oh, my soul ain't for sale. I hear whispering. To the beat and listening between the lines, you will probably hear that I'm way before my time. I'm way out the box like over here. That's me and Jeff bouncing in your ear. Turn it up so you can hear it proper. Harmonies and vibes. I got a one-way ticket with destiny. Oh, I ain't gonna let it worry me when they hard with him. I never ran, I never run. What's wrong with him? March to a different drum beat. What's wrong with him? See, I'm on another page. Tell me what's wrong with him. I got a son to raise. What's wrong with him? I will be a slave. What's wrong with him? This ain't industry. What's wrong with him? This here is history. What's wrong with him? Oh man, there's nothing wrong with me. I just keep saying. My soul ain't for sale. Soul loving rock star. Play this in the club and turn it up in the car. Do what you like, how you like.
No loitering.
Man, I wasn't loitering. Were you, Crystal? Not me, Ronette. Were you, Chiffon?
You ought to be in school.
Yeah, well, we on a split ship. Right. We went to school till 5th grade, then we split.
So, how do you tend to better yourselves?
Better ourselves? You heard what he said? Better ourselves? Mister, when you from Skid Row, ain't no such thing.
What? Oh, yeah! So here I go.
I'll get you next time, Streakz the long ting.